I-N-D-E-P-E-N-D-E-N-T. Do you know what that mean, man? I-N-D-E-P-E-N-D-E-N-T. Do you know what that mean? She got her own house, she got her own car. 2 jobs, work hard, you a bad broad.
From suing over rap battles to suing over hairstyles, yeah, we are officially in Afro Puff court, and I am tired and very concerned for what 2026 has in store for us. If you clicked on this video, it's probably because you said the same thing I said when I saw Solar Bean's video. Who is suing over a hairstyle? I genuinely thought this was going to be a video about a stylist messing up somebody's hair, like maybe a lace front gone wrong. Maybe somebody fried somebody's edges off. Never, and I mean never, did I think I was about to watch a video about 2 content creators who were involved in an actual lawsuit because one of them believed another one copied her hairstyle and then turned it into a product. Yes, a content creator suing another content creator over what they call hair sculptures. And when I tell you the original designs we're talking about, that's when you realize just how delusional this whole situation is. So let me slow this down because not everybody lives on the internet 24/7. And I want to make sure everybody is all caught up before we get into the nonsense. So we have 2 content creators in a niche called hair sculpting. If you don't know what it is, it's basically people using their natural hair, usually afro textured hair, to create shapes, forms, little structures, stars, huts, curves, abstract shapes, stuff like that. Now, I personally had only seen this one time before all this drama, and it was from some random content creator who is not involved in any of this. She sculpted her hair into a hut. I remember seeing it and thinking, oh, that's cute, that's creative, and then I just kept scrolling. I did not think this was some niche that's taken over the natural hair community. Because let's be honest, if you ever had an afro, if you had pushed it to the side, lifted it up, shaped it into something at least once in your life, and was like, oh, this kind of looks like something, but you go on about your day. So come to find out, this has actually been a thing for a while. Not just in the US, Black girls all over the world have been doing variations of hair sculpting for years. Which is important. Bookmark that, okay? This has been something that's been around for years. Fast forward to 2025, and now we have 2 influencers actively suing each other over this niche. That's when Solar Bean and Kwiinava comes in. But before we get into that, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Jade, and welcome to my channel, Get Into the Black, where we explore life, business, and culture our way from Puerto Rico to the world. For all my kinfolk, you know what to do. Make sure you hit that like button like it owes you money and drop a comment so I know you're awake. Actually, drop a comment so I know that you're here. Check on in. Do your due diligence and show me that you're here. Even if you got to put like a heart or something like that, just show us your presence. And for all my newcomers or people who just keep watching but haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can join the fam. Oh, while you at it, make sure you also hit that notification bell so you're notified next time we drop a video. We get it popping over here at least 1 time a week. I'm trying to post a little bit more, so bear with me, guys. As we continue to get my process freshened up, I'm going to start rolling out more and more content. If we could be here daily, that would be popping. If y'all could get me monetized, because I'm really enjoying making this content, but I am not monetized, which means I'm a 1-person machine. I'm a stay-at-home mama too. So I'm just trying to do my best, right? I can only do so much, but if I could hire somebody to help me edit or at least watch my children while I come in and do some videos, I'll be able to provide more content. But with that, y'all got to help me get monetized or support me in any kind of way so I can finance that babysitter. Other than that, we're just going to be, we're going to be hanging out here once or twice a week, I'm going to do my best to try to get as much content out as possible. With that being said, let's get into this video. So Solar Bean isn't new. She is not an entity. And Solar Bean, we're going to say this. Solar Bean is like a company. It's not like a 1-person show. There is one girl in particular that's always a, but when I think of Solar Bean, I'm thinking of a business, okay? And I need you guys to think of that this way, that like you need to think like that too, okay? Solar Bean is not somebody who's new to me. I actually remember them from before this situation because they used to sell these really cool pendant necklaces, little ceramic looking pendants of black girls, almost anime inspired, super cute, very original. And side note about those pendants, they actually, I guess, got stolen by somebody else. They kind of mentioned it in one of their videos that they had posted, that actually kind of put me on game to all of this was happening. They had posted, I guess somebody has stole that idea. So now if you go to look at their socials, you won't see it anymore. I don't know if they have like another page dedicated to it or whatever, but I remember seeing it on Solar Beans page a while ago, but I guess it's not there anymore because someone stole her creation. Anyway, Solar Bean is basically a innovator type creator. She has ideas, products, visuals, concepts. She's not, I wouldn't even call her a really an influencer because she's not really influencing people to do things. She uses social media to basically market the products that she creates. And it's almost like a exchange, an energy exchange that's happening over social media. She's seeing basically what people are liking in the marketplace. Most importantly, black girls who kind of fit her kind of aesthetic, like they're natural, like probably like spiritualists, they're really like Afrocentric. And she's saying, oh, what is it that they would kind of like? And she's creating products to fit that clientele. She has a really strong grasp on the culture and what some black women would like to purchase. Actually, I would like to say if there are any investors watching this video, you want to reach out to them because they're going to create a product that is going to take over. It's just a matter of time. They just need help on securing their intellectual property and making sure that people like Ava, or is it Eva or Ava? You know, we're gonna call her Ava. If I have it wrong, excuse me, boo. I don't mean to fuck up your name. I am sorry. I'm gonna apologize right now. But it is what it is. I can't remember if it was Eva or Ava. Actually, let me pause. Let me check. Let me do her some justice. Let me see, because I have her page here. So let me see, what is it? It's Ava. Okay, so it is right. Okay, so Ava, right? But anyway, Solar Beans, very gifted. Whoever is an investor, come help those girls out because they are crowdfunding, Kickstarter. That's how all this stuff actually got started. That they started their Kickstarter account, and basically Ava got word that they had created this product, and she is trying to impede their ability to put this product out. I mean, it's already hit the marketplace, but she's basically trying to impede on their progress because she feels like they basically got that their product is basically copying her hair, which is so crazy. So crazy. Because what, boo? What? Are you that delusional? Anyways, back to the story now. Solar Bean and Kwiinava first crossed paths back in like 2022. Solar Bean reached out to Ava to collaborate. Both sides agree on this. Like going through the videos, both sides agree that there was a situation where someone reached out to someone to collab. And this is where they disagree. So Ava says she doesn't really know why Solar Bean didn't want to work with her anymore. You don't want to work with me no more. Okay. She doesn't really know why the collab didn't happen. She's like oblivious. But Solar Bean posts a video like in 2024 that kind of lets us know that there has been something brewing in the background.
Being in the same niche does not mean that we are in competition with each other. I wanted to make this serious video because this seems like this is becoming more of an issue, and I just wanted to stop because it's unhealthy, childish, and just not worth anyone's time. But there's another natural hair sculptor that seems threatened by my presence within the natural hair niche. I think it's just because I'm here. Like, I didn't do anything but create videos and actually reach out to them asking if we could collaborate, because I was excited that because the niche is so small that working together is more powerful than being individuals. Like, we could actually collab on a video and break the internet. That's the mindset that I contacted them with. It just seems like they were down at the time, but now I think that was just a facade because the way that they're acting towards me isn't kind. Let me also make it clear that like I started hair sculpting based off of inspiration that I took from this 1971 photo that I found on Pinterest. I recreated it and I gave the photo credit. I always do that. I always give everyone that I draw inspo from credit. However, one time I did create a video where I made my hair into butterfly wings, and this same creator commented asking if I've seen them do it before. And I genuinely didn't see them do that butterfly video, but I have seen their work before, and it's awesome. Like, I was excited to collaborate with them and everything. I was like, let's work together. You know, the way that things are now, it seems like no, they don't want to work with me, and that's fine. And I made another video talking about like where I draw my inspo from, which is the past. Like, I actually show pictures that I've looked at and I'm like, wow, like we've been doing this forever. Now I'm just doing it my way, you know what I mean? And so someone commented saying like how they were trying to explain to this other natural hair sculptor the same thing, that natural hair sculpting has been a thing for forever. And so I was like, oh, like, who are you talking about? And they DM'd me and told me who they were talking about. It's the same person. They said how they made this like passive aggressive video talking about like, oh, if you draw inspo from me, give me credit because I've been doing this. And I didn't watch the video, so I don't know what exactly they said in it, but the shoe did not fit, so I didn't wear it. I was like, I always give people inspo if I draw from their work, you know, so I don't think they're talking about me. But I realized like maybe they do have a problem with me because today people were tagging me in their videos saying like, have you seen this? Have you seen this, Solar? And I was like, I didn't even get a chance to answer, but they took it upon themselves to answer for me. And this is what they said. So I think it's kind of interesting that they would respond like that, because not only is it not true, but it just shows that it's like an ego problem. I don't mean to say this in a way to offend this person if they do see it, but like it seems like there is a huge ego involved, because not only is that just not true, but it seems like you're trying to twist it to make it seem like I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if it weren't for you, which is just not true. Okay, and it seems like you don't want to share the space, and I just want to say that I'm in my own lane and you're in your own lane. What you do is awesome. You do all this stuff that I personally am not interested in. Like, I don't cosplay. I don't do art with my the scraps of my hair, which is really unique to you. I don't do that. I focus on hairstyles that people could replicate themselves. And I focus on like hair care. I'm doing hair sculptures that are like for formal events, the workplace, just like redefining what natural hair could look like in these settings. That's what I focus on. So we're not competing against each other. And please don't try to lie on me and make it seem like, oh, she's here because of me, and because of me, I'm the original hair sculptor artist. Like, no one's taking that title away from you. I don't want to take that title away from you. I don't even want it. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to passive aggressively shoot shots at me and act as if like, oh, I only exist because of you, yada, 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 and this, that, and the other. Like, we're not going to do that. No one's taking anything away from you. Please don't be threatened by me. I'm just out here doing my own thing. You do your thing, and just let's leave it at that. Please stop trying to pin other creators against each other, because that's not cool. I'm here for a greater purpose than that. So, yeah.
This is not just Ava hates Solar Being, right? Ava has consistently shown that she is deeply invested in being seen as the originator of this niche. She literally has in her bio that she's the original afro-shaped shifter. She has commented under other content creators' posts, including that hut hairstyle I was telling you about earlier, saying things like, I did something like this similar back in XXX. It's like she wants to timestamp it so that people think like, oh, she's the one who's done this first. I don't really understand this because if we're talking about hair sculpting, I think we have kind of made it clear that this is something that's been around long before this girl was even born. So why she keeps trying to like timestamp things as if she's like the originator of it? I guess maybe she's trying to do it as like she popularized it, but I wouldn't even say that, because maybe popularized it within their small community, because like this is not something that's like well known. Like, I watch plenty of natural hairstyle community content. Like I said, the only time I ever had something pop up was the hut thing, and it was that other girl. It wasn't even Ava that I had came across. I didn't even learn about her until this whole thing is happening. Like, we're going to talk about who's popular in this sense. It's definitely Solar Bean who has the most popularity. And Ava herself even kind of pointed that out in one of the videos where she says she feels like Solar Bean just came over into this niche, and that anytime she does something, it just blows up.
There's a clear pattern of her attaching myself to me and my work, and every time she does it, it blows up. And honestly, at a certain point, it starts to feel like she's trying to step into my destiny instead of creating her own. What you're seeing now is a real attempt to push somebody out of the niche, and it's not coming from me.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Who are you telling that someone is inspired by them? Like, how are you going to tell somebody that they were inspired by you? Especially when Solar Bean has made it clear that the way she got into hair sculpting has nothing to do with Ava. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the product in question, right? So Solar Bean is doing kids events, working with little black girls, helping them feel confident with their natural hair. And they notice something real. Not every child has the density. Not every child has the length. And these sculpted hairstyles don't always last long. So Solar Bean does what inventors do. They create a product. Star-shaped afro puff extensions. And listen, clock it. This is genius. When I saw this product, I was like, she did not take a drawstring ponytail and just create the puff into shapes. Like, baby girl, let me see that, do the twirl. Because like I said, she's gifted, like, to take something that already exists and mesh two entities together. She took the hair shaping reel and just took what people were already doing with hair extensions and created a new product that I want one, boo. If you see this video, send me one, because I really want one. Because, you know, personally, I had a moment in my life where the drawstrings ponytail had me in a complete chokehold. If y'all know, you know. I had hella silky ones, afro ones, big ones, color ones. I had a little ombre. I used to keep extras just in case to give to my friends before we went out. Like, if you need a hairstyle, boo, let's put in that ponytail. I remember one time, me and my best friend, we went, it was like Colors or something like that. It was a party that they do in downtown LA. And we went, and she had one of the ponytails, girl. And now, when I tell you she had the niggas in a chokehold that night, she was getting us all them drinks, because my ponies was number one. They was hitting. And that was a moment in time. So I'm so happy to see that she done took this and really effed it up, because this is very creative. So like I said, I know I did a little rambling on, but let me make this more concise. So what Solar Bean did was she took that idea of a drawstring ponytail, an afro puff style of a drawstring ponytail, and made it into a shape, a star shape to be exact. That's not copying, that is complete innovation. This is where Ava got upset, because Ava has been hair sculpting, right? But Solar Bean figured out how to monetize the idea. Before we go any further into this discussion, I want to make it clear that Ava is not untalented. She is not uncreative. She is very gifted and skilled in what it is that she does. What Ava's hair sculpting makes her unique is how she builds her sculptures. She doesn't just shape her hair, she adds to it. She uses scraps of her own hair, additional strands, density layering, and color to literally create and construct what she calls her sculptures.
I use the hair that naturally sheds from my head as material in my avant-garde Afro designs, not just for creativity, but as a reclamation of power for our ancestors who were enslaved. Their hair was policed, cut, and stripped of meaning. They were denied ownership of their bodies. Their beauty was regulated, erased, and commodified. Doing this type of art is very personal to me, and it's a way for me to express my personality and honor the history of our coils.
Her work is dense, it's intentional, it's labor intensive, and visually, it does look closer to a sculpture than a traditional hairstyle. But we can't forget that at the end of the day, that these are still hairstyles. But when Ava says things such as, "This isn't just a hairstyle to me," I understand exactly what it is that she's trying to say, but there is a disconnect that appears to be happening. Ava's legal argument is that her hairstyles are sculptures, like museum sculptures, and therefore protected by copyright. She even at one point does a video using ChatGPT to support her claims.
Hey everyone, I know I'm usually on here sharing my art and having fun, but I want to talk about something really important. First, I have to say this is not legal advice. Please consult an attorney if you have any questions about these topics. Creative integrity and protection are a big part of what I stand for, and I want to take a moment to help people understand what that means, especially when it comes to my hair art sculptures. What I do across all my platforms isn't hairstyling, it's sculpting. I use my natural hair as a medium to create art sculptures. The same way a painter uses paint and a sculptor uses clay, I use my natural hair. Under US copyright law, sculptures are recognized as protected forms of art. So when I say my art is protected, this is what I mean. And to make this super clear, let's ask Google a couple questions together. Are sculptures protected under copyright law?
Yes, absolutely. Sculptures are a class of work specifically protected by copyright law around the world. The U.S. Copyright Act includes sculptures under the category of pictorial, graphic, and sculptural works. This includes two-dimensional and three-dimensional works of fine and applied art. For a sculpture to be protected, it must 1. Be an original work of authorship. It must be independently created by the author and possess at least a minimal degree of creativity. 2. Be fixed in a tangible medium.
Is hair considered a medium in art?
Yes, hair is absolutely considered a medium in art. It is used by artists, both historically and in contemporary practice, as a tangible material with deep symbolic meaning.
What is considered a sculpture?
A sculpture is fundamentally defined as a three-dimensional work of art.
So by every legal and artistic definition, what I create are art sculptures. I also work with 2 separate intellectual property attorneys who confirm this and assist me in protecting my artwork. Now, copyright protects the art itself. When I name my sculptures, that's where trademark comes in. Lastly, let's talk about something called trade dress. Trade dress protects the overall visual appearance and design elements of a brand's image or product, the things that make it instantly recognizable to the public. So when you see these distinct sculptural forms like this or this, you automatically recognize it as me and my brand without even seeing my face. That's what trade dress does. It protects that unique visual identity. For the record, my work has been viewed over 500 million times across all platforms, so thank you for the support over the years. Trade dress is another layer of intellectual property protection, just like copyright and trademark, and it's what keeps the visual integrity of your brand safe. Having my intellectual property infringed upon, especially when it's my work and my natural hair, it's very personal. My art is a direct extension of me. So when that work is used or imitated without my consent, it doesn't just feel like creative theft. It feels like a violation of my personal autonomy, something that is being used without my consent. This is why I created the Queen Culture Foundation, to educate and empower other artists to understand how to protect what they create. Too often, originality gets overlooked or imitated, and the artists aren't taught how to defend their work. The foundation is about changing that through education, advocacy, and preserving creative integrity. What I will always do, and what you should do as well, is protect my intellectual property and continue honoring the art that I built. I will not be bullied out of protecting my work, especially as a culture, because we understand how often our creations are taken from us, uncredited, or erased. And what makes this situation even harder is that I'm experiencing this within our own culture. The very space that I've always aimed to uplift. Before I go, I want to make something clear. Each platform has its own process for handling infringement, and they make their own independent decision on how to deal with accounts that violate intellectual property rights. As the artist, I have no control over these outcomes. All I can do is report infringement to have the protected work removed, provided they prove ownership. From there, the platform reviews the evidence and determines whether infringement occurred. If the platform identifies a user as an offender, it's their decision alone on how to handle that account. It's been an exhausting experience having to protect my work, but I'll never stop creating, teaching, and standing up for what's right. If you're an artist, I hope you learn from this too. Protect your work, value your originality, and remember there's always room for you to create something that's truly yours.
ChatGPT says structures are protected because they are fixed medium. And then Ava goes, is hair a medium? And ChatGPT says, yeah, hair can be a medium of expression. But here's the part that she skipped. Hair is not a fixed medium. Hairstyle change with time, gravity, weather, movement, life. That's why hairstyles are not copyrightable. She can do things such as take a picture or a photo, and that picture and photo would be copyright protected, but not the hairstyle itself. So if someone saw that picture or photo and decided to replicate it for themselves, doing their hair, that is perfectly fine because it's the photo that's copyrighted, not the hairstyle, because hairstyles are not a fixed medium. And the shapes she's claiming, this is where I told you it gets a little delulu. They're like basic things, stars, squares, like you'll see on the thing. It's like basic geometry. We are not really talking about like a stair. It's proprietary intellectual property at this point. Like, it's really giving me a headache. My 1-year-old knows what a star is. No one is seeing a star-shaped afro and thinking, oh yeah, Kwiinava created that. Be serious. Ava also claims Solar Beams products copies the texture, density, and form of her hair sculptures. But let's be for real. Ava has dense, 4C hair. If you're creating afro texture hair extensions, they are going to be dense. Like, no one is about to buy some afro puffs that lacks density. That's not copying, that's accurate representation of black hair, but also just a common sense when it comes to product design. This is all starting to sound a little insane. Like, are we saying only one person can represent dense afro hair now? Like, how is this your unique property standard? Ava also argues that selling these extensions is somehow anti-black because non-black people might buy them. And I'm sorry, we really have to sit with that one and let it marinate a little bit. So black people have been selling hair extensions, wigs, braids, afro puffs for decades. Are we saying that suddenly this becomes anti-black when the product is creative, or when the product is something that Ava cannot monetize on? Like, I don't really understand where this argument came from. Are we really about to argue that black entrepreneurs shouldn't monetize black hair because white people might buy it? That logic really doesn't hold. If a white girl buys a star-shaped afro puff, I promise you, she will look confused. It will probably won't match her hair texture. It's not even a probably. It's not going to match her hair texture. And the culture will handle it. It will handle itself. And I mean, there's white women going around right now wearing faux locks. Like, it is what it is. They're going to do whatever it is that they want to do. And we're not going to stop Solar Bean or anybody else from being able to monetize on the products they create because a white person might wear it. Like, this is not Solar Bean's responsibility to police what it is that white people are doing. Black people are allowed to create, sell, and profit from profits rooted in their culture. We are not about to start gatekeeping on what black people are able to allow to monetize off in the culture. If you're treating the culture with respect and keeping it cute and demure, do it. That's not anti-black. And at this point, it's starting to feel really manipulative. Like, on the part of Ava. Like, she's trying to start all these narratives. Like, the whole time I'm watching these videos and getting intel on what's happening, and I'm like, is Ava trying to gaslight all of us? Is she stupid, or does she think we are? Like I said, when I compared it to what Drake did with that lawsuit in the beginning, like, this is really what it was feeling like the whole time I'm listening to her arguments. And I'm just like, baby girl... I'm gonna give her some leeway because she is only 23. So I'm like, Drake, he's a grown-ass man, so I know he knows. But with Ava, I really think she believes what it is that she believes. But with all of this, I started to wonder, like, can someone like come talk some sense to her? Like, where's your mom? But why did I ask that? Because then the mother shows up in the story. Now suddenly I run across this random foundation page, allegedly a 501c3. Can someone look it up? Is it really a 501c3, or did she just put that on there? Because whatever. This page is very strange because it's like posting subliminals about trademarks and intellectual property. It seems like, I'm like, if you have a foundation, shouldn't your page be connected to like what it is that like you're doing to help the community? Like, are you helping the community with trademarks? Like, I'm really confused. The whole page though is very giving unhinged. And after looking at the mother's page, whoo, I know her mother is behind that page. She is the one that is really unhinged. And this is why I'm like, okay, there's no one to explain to Ava that like the argument she's making doesn't clearly make sense, because it sounds like her mom is wholeheartedly backing her up in the situation. But now they're like trying to position Ava as like she's the victim in this situation. She's posting about being bullied online and someone stealing her sculptures. But here's the thing. Solar Bean has always been an entity, a brand, a team. And I mean, she clearly has a fan base. So if you're going to start coming at her with a lawsuit, baby, you should already know that people are going to gang up on you. And I will say this, I'll give credit to Solar Bean, because in all the videos that I seen, she never named Ava. She never told us who exactly it was suing her. If you knew, you knew. You could dig around and you could read the comments and you could figure it out. And I would say too, it appeared that she had Solar Bean had been deleting comments too, where people were disclosing who Ava was. But you know, you can only be so quick. You can only be so fast when it comes to figuring out these things and deleting comments. But I'm sorry, at the end of all this, it's just not giving 23-year-old energy. Just because some of the things that had happened, it was like filing for trademarks and then filing the lawsuit like 6 days after. I'm like, that is like so strategic in a way. Like, she didn't even wait till she had gotten officially the trademark. It was just she filed a trademark application and then she filed the lawsuit. And it appears too that maybe this lawsuit was filed so that she can start putting copyright strikes on Solar Bean's content on YouTube, because her videos started getting copyright strikes. So then Solar Bean had to take them down. Like, this just doesn't feel like a 23-year-old is doing this. It really feels like adult energy, and I'm sure her mother is helping her behind here, because if you look at the mom's personal page, there are two things that tell me that this woman was a little bit off. First off, she had finance gal or something like that in her bio, and I was just like, this is really giving me the energy, the ick, when I see people have like Bitcoin mining or crypto mining in their bio. Like, okay, I understand you into that, but like, it's in your bio. And the other thing was her bio saying creator of Kwiinava. Like, you're the creator of your daughter? Like, that, I get it, but like, that's weird. Even as a mother myself, to put that in your bio is strange. I'm sorry, it's just weird. It's given she's trying to get some kind of clout on her daughter's talent. It just gives crazy. I want to be clear that no matter what Ava says or what narrative she tries to spin, this is not about protecting art, okay? This is about jealousy, monetization, wanting control over a niche, wanting credit instead of collaboration, instead of creating her own product, instead of expanding the concept. Because, boo, I only saw stars. You can make anything. Instead of partnering, we're suing over a star-shaped afro puff. And now, instead of being known for your creativity, this situation has turned into Afro Puff Gate. Like, that is your legacy now. Let's make it clear. You don't own culture. You don't own shapes. And you definitely don't own Black creativity. And as we walk into 2026, I really hope as a community, we develop better discernment about when something is actually about justice and when it's about ego control and miscollaboration. If this conversation feels familiar, it's because we've watched this pattern before. I broke it down in my Nicki and Cardi B video about how the industry and other dynamics contributes to like things that impact women and their ability to create. That video will help connect some of those dots even further. If interested, make sure you stay to the end and click on the link because I'm gonna add the video at the end. But until next time, stay beautiful, stay blessed, and stay black. This is Jade, and you're watching Get Into the Black. Bye-bye.